Have you ever wondered why others won't listen to you? Maybe this video will give you some insight. Was thinking about a situation with my daughter in college. She has a roommate who is not very neat and not very organized, very undisciplined. Um, I told my daughter, try to have a conversation with her, not confrontational, but have a conversation with her that, what you expect. And the college does a good job trying to mitigate these kind of situations because they give them a contract at the beginning, and the kids, I guess you would call them adults now, are supposed to sit down and have a talk on what's expected of each individual in the room. It's a big room. It's split down the middle, and there's an imaginary line, but I mean, you know what half of the room is when you look at it. So, anyways, this girl kept, I think probably home life, maybe the way she was raised, was very unorganized, very undisciplined, and I told my daughter, you need to let her know. If you don't let her know what's going on, how will she be able to correct it? Because it seems like common sense, but if we grew up in a way where that kind of thing is allowed, and then we get into a situation in the real world when we're not near our families, for another individual to let us know, hey, look, this is not normal. This is not what everybody does, and alert you to it, and then you can try to fix it. Anyways, my daughter's a very sweet person, and she does not like confrontation. So instead of sitting down and having the hard talk and writing it up in the contract like it's designed by the college, when you first start going in the semester, you find out who your roommate is. Instead of taking advantage of that opportunity that the college is seeing, hey, these type of things happen, so we're going to implement this, and they have a deadline for the contract. Instead of her doing that, she did not do that. So I would talk to her every so often, and I would try to give her some advice, some guidance on what I thought needed to be done to try to help the situation, because it was really starting to get to my daughter to the point where she was getting ready to try to talk to the RA, the resident assistant, and see if she could move buildings, which is crazy, but that's what she was actually to that point. Instead of having the hard talk, and we've talked about that since then. But anyways, she did something that was kind of unorthodox when you think about situations like that. She just went into the mode of, I can't control this side of the room, but I am going to have full control over my side of the room. So she, got everything straight, dress right dress, everything looked great, to the point where the roommate came in and they had a conversation, and she said, hey, I've noticed that I've been messy, and I'm going to try to clean up. And she did. She cleaned up her side of the room, which is great. So that's just a really neat trick that you can use if you get into a situation like that, where an individual is not doing something that you want them to do, because we're all, it's free will. You can do whatever you want to do. I can tell you, to save your money, and to, get more involved in your finances, and to take your health more seriously. But if you don't listen, I can't force you. So that, like that old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Very true. And I thought that was a really cool little story to put out, just to let people know, you don't always have to have confrontation. You can lead by example. Lead from the front. If you expect something of someone, lead by your example. You set that example. You set that standard. And believe it or not, most human beings will take a look at that and say, start to question themselves, because we have something inside us where we constantly question our own actions. But that's a cool little trick whenever you run into a situation where somebody's not, listening to you, taking your advice, and you see them doing the same thing. Take full responsibility of what you have going on and lead by example. And I think you'll be amazed in what the outcome is without any confrontation. So I hope this video helped you guys, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, like my video, come by my channel. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Godspeed.